Dang, Ryan, you sure did it again.
Okay, if you guys have been following along with our videos, you've probably seen our Chaparral bike that we're restoring. And I saw this piece laying on the table and I was like, man, if there is a perfect candidate for hydroblasting, it's this part. So I want to go ahead and throw it in there and show you guys just how capable that machine is at taking off all of this grease and grime. I mean, this thing is disgusting. I think, judging from where it was sitting on the table, this is where the chain would actually go on the dirt bike. So I mean, it's got dirt and what I presume was grass at one point stuck up in this thing. So we're gonna bring it back to how it looked, hopefully when it went on the part, just with water, by getting all this grease off. So let's see how this goes. So as you guys can see, there's absolutely no oil or grease left on this part. I mean, it's perfectly clean. What I want to do next is actually put this in our VH1000 HD to bring it back to that polished shine. But in comparison to your standard parts washer, I mean, this literally took me probably 45 seconds to actually degrease initially, and then about another 30 seconds to actually rinse the whole part off. I mean, when you're working with 1200 PSI, it takes no time to actually remove grease and grime off of your parts. So if you're a mechanic that's looking for something that's going to actually allow you to increase your efficiency, this is the machine to help you do so. But again, I'm going to throw this in our 1000 HD, polish it up, and show you guys that awesome final result. That's from like impurities in the metal, I think. All right, so while I was blasting this, you guys can actually see there are some spots popping up here. And I thought initially I was hot spotting it, but that's quite a bit of hot spotting. And I was doing a fairly decent job, I thought. What I'm actually thinking this is either impurities in the metal or some sort of coating that I'm not taking off with glass bead. So I'm gonna throw it in our 685, which I believe has 120 in it. And we'll see if we can either strip it or figure out if it's actually something to do with the metal. So the 685 actually has silicon carbide in it, and because I don't want to damage this thin little piece, I'm actually going to put it in our VH800 base, which has 220 grit aluminum oxide. Oh yeah, I'm believing it's a coating. Looks like it's coming off. What'd you say? I couldn't even, what'd you say? I said, basic. So it definitely was some sort of coating, because once we threw it in our aluminum oxide machine, it was easily taking it off. So I'm going to dry this part off and then put it back in our glass bead machine to repolish it and bring back some of that shine. But that's crazy how easily it took that off. It just goes to show how much of an advantage it can be to have two machines in your shop, especially if you guys need to do any kind of prep work beforehand before you do any polishing. Being able to separate those processes and just efficiently move through it can be super helpful, which is kind of what we demonstrated here with this small piece. So again, let's dry this off and polish it up. That's fabulous, isn't it, dude? That's wild. Like, you guys saw what this part looked like before. I mean, it literally had grease 1/4 of an inch sitting in here. It was stained, it looked terrible, and it's just, I mean, that looks fabulous. And this was no time at all to get to this point. That's wild. And like I said, all we used on this part is we used our hydroblast to degrease it. And then I tried to put it directly into our 1000 HD with the glass bead, but it actually wouldn't remove that coating that was on it. So I had to put it in our 220 machine. And actually that goes to show you again how much of an advantage it can be to have two machines, but also to understand how to use the abrasives whenever you're blasting, because the abrasive matters a lot more than pressure and a lot more than how close you're getting to the part, because that's actually what does the cleaning on these parts. But it had no issue taking off that coating, and then we were able to put it back into our 1000 HD and get it back to this awesome shine. So there you have it, guys. I mean, it's that easy to restore a part like this, something that's thin. We didn't cause any heat warping, we didn't cause any pitting. We just brought it back to that original state. If you guys like this kind of video, please give us a thumbs up and also consider subscribing, and check out the other great content that we have on our YouTube channel. We post a lot of educational stuff every day. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
That's what I was thinking. If you guys have any questions about how we got these results, leave it in the comments below. And if you're ready to get these kind of results in your shop today, call us at 828-202-5563 to get the best equipment on the market. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and peace.